day, viewers. I'm Rosemary Chijindu, your anchor on the show called My Experience, where we connect mentors to mentees. In this place, we have with us the very great man here, and he's going to introduce himself to us today. Sir, please, for the interest of the viewers, please can you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Mohammed Yangido Umar, and I'm only 64 years old, only. And I came in from a village in the local government
That's a long
of
journey.
Bauchi State. And I'm an accountant, a chartered accountant, vice president of the present Chartered Institute of Risk Management in Nigeria, and the national vice president too. And I've worked for public service for 35 years.
Oh,
And I retired in 2019 as a director.
congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we want to really know about you, sir.
Well, as I tell you, I came out from a village. My father was a school teacher, and I sent us to school, and I was able to successfully finish university in 1983 as a graduate of accounting. I went to Kwara to serve my NYSC, and from there I joined the public service of the state government in Bauchi State before I transferred my service to the NDIC in 1989.
Okay, from saying your father was a teacher, does it mean you came from the grass? Or does it mean you came from the ground? There are some of us who came from the
I
ground.
can understand what is the ground, what is the grass, but I know we're not really poor, but we're not part of the rich family then.
Okay, let's say you are from the grass.
Okay.
Those are, we're in the middle class.
He was in the middle class.
Okay, and then with hard work, dreaming, mentorship, you got to where you are today. That's 5 years after, or let's say 64 years after you're being born.
Yes.
So we want to know what growing up was like with your mother and your father.
Well, it's a kind of a very good relationship, and they have been together till they all left. My father died earlier than my mom.
I'm sorry, sir.
And we are 6 of us in the family, 3 boys and 3 girls, I can call them. Now all one of us has gone, and the 5 of us are alive. It was a peaceful state. And my father was so open that he has adopted a lot of orphans that grew up together, and there's no discrimination between we, his children, and the orphans. In fact, we don't even know they are not part of our mom. It was later, much later we know.
No, that was so lovely of him. A great heart, I would say. And then we also want to know, you said you retired.
Yeah.
Where you retired from, what office?
I retired as a director of Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC.
Okay, NDIC.
Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Okay, and what was it like getting into NDIC as a youth, and what was it like coming out as?
They just announced that a company coming up in 1988 and 1989 they gave us an examination to write. And 4 states were invited. Presently, there are 8 states. That is the present Benue, which was part of Plateau. Benue, Plateau, then Bauchi and Gombe together as one state. Taraba, Gongola, and Adamawa as Gongola state. Then Borno and Yobe as one state. So 4 states of us. Today, 8 states. There were 4 before. We wrote an exam in Bauchi, and I was able to pass. 12 of us passed the examination, and they interviewed us and got the job.
Okay. So, on hearing you got the job, I guess you put in a lot of effort being at the
It's a
job.
written exam, questions you answer, they mark it, they call you for interview, you appear. And
Okay, being a government worker, what was it like? That's something I also want to know. What kind of effort did you put in?
The only thing you have to do what we call self-development. As you join the government, then public service was just easy. Nothing like whom do I know. It was easy for people to be employed, and at the same time, when you go be decent, learn, ask questions. Not only asking questions, you should be able to know what you want to be in the future. Make up your mind. This is the line I want to be. I joined, and from there I started developing myself. Acquired most of the qualifications. Went for my MSc. All this, and then you grew up.
Okay, talking about making up your mind.
Yeah.
It's been difficult for the youths these days to make up their mind.
It's difficult for them because of the situation in the country. Things have really changed compared to when we started. When we started, you don't need to know anybody to get a job. And secondly, discipline was part of the system, which is no more here today. We were in a situation where 2 of you are fighting, somebody who doesn't even know you will beat the hell out of you. And you when they know, they'll go and thank the man who disciplined you. At the same time, your father will beat you again for just misbehavior. But today, even a teacher cannot beat a child.
Yes.
Everybody is independent, and the issue of orphans, if you look at the youth, formerly when somebody dies, people are eager to take their children. Now people don't care with their even sisters' children. You're only after your online, my kids only. And that has brought a problem to the youths. That's another angle. The other angle we're looking at is a situation where you finish school, you can even get a job, unless you know somebody. You have a first class, you cannot get a job. Yes, you are playing your life. You have read well. You have first class, but you cannot get a job. And your own classmate, the same course, the same university, you graduated together, is in Central Bank of Nigeria working. And you have to take class. So it's no issue of merit. So the issue of merit, competency, skills, knowledge, experience, 5 of them have been trashed in the country. And then sentiments are setting into the country. Sentiment of where you come from, sentiment of religion, sentiment of race. I call them the 3 R's. Religion, race, and region. It's a big challenge. So that I think you need to do more to educate people, let them understand. Nobody celebrates their language. You have never discussed with God where you come be born. You have never discussed with God who will go to say, I want to be a Chinese or I want to be a Japanese. And he decided to put you in Nigeria. So this is your country. Why don't you respect ourselves? And forget about religion, language, and where you come from. We're all human. Determine somebody's level for what is above his ear. Knowledge, skills, that is what matters. But we're talking of sentiments. When you talk of sentiment of religion, if religion is the same, you abandon it. You now go on tribe. If the tribe is the same, you abandon it. You now go of location. Who decide? When did you decide with God to be born in your village?
Yes.
So the really difference we have with the youth today is the issue of fundamentals of human relation, fundamentals of taking care of the poor, fundamentals of saying in a good society has changed. Ethics has been thrown out. You can make money today, nobody cares where you get it. Sure, you'll be celebrated.
Even the parents.
But formerly your father will ask you, where did you get it?
And even
good example is myself. When they gave me a car loan of 6,000 naira to buy a car, I went to my father. I said, I have 6,000 naira. I want him to give me 1,500. I want to go to Kaduna to buy a Pujo. Pujo was 7.5. Hopefully he told me, where did I get it? I said, no, they gave me the office. It's okay. He said the 1.5. I went back. It's over 200 kilometers. He sent his younger brother to come. Oh, sorry, he came himself. He came to meet the accountant general of my state. He said, why did my son get 6,000? He told him it's a car loan we gave him. That's the only time he gave me. Because he's thinking that I'll start stealing. But today, the moment you have money, nobody cares. You are respected, you have been given an award. Chieftaincy statue. And nobody else asks, where did he get it? Nobody cares. And that's why we have a hell lot of nonsense. Cultism, drugs. Look at the typical visa we had. If you have a visa going to Malaysia, it's written there on the visa. Drugs is debts. Now we have Nigerians there condemned to debts. And with the visa written there, bolo, and you're still going for it. So the love for money, because elders have shown money is important before you can be respected in the society. So the love of money has increased, and therefore respect for is over. And that is why you see people, your own sister, the same mother, the same father, she married a poor person, you don't care about their family. You're only after your own direct children. If the husband died, you say, let the children go to the relation of the husband. Then how do you pack your children and send them to Harvard University, Oxford University, and your sister's children are in public school and they don't know anything? So these are real issues.
That's really a lot. And yes, Nigeria is a lovely country, and we need to also love and look out for ourselves. You know, when the government says change begins with you and I, when I look at it, I'm like, no, love is the change that begins with you and I. So, sir, you've retired now, and you are into training. You train people in the field. So what I want to find out now is, what advice would you give to the youth? Because a lot of us, I have somebody who is a lawyer. He graduated as a lawyer, but he sat down one day with me and he said, "Can I confide in you?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "I just read law because I wanted to make my parents proud. Something is missing inside of me. I can't find myself."
What I'm thinking when it comes to that, what you can advise the youths and the parents too, never insist as a father that my son must be this. It's not your making. What you need to give each other only 2 items. Anything outside these 2, you're wasting your time. It's education and morals. Education, don't be specific that he must be an engineer, he must be a medical doctor. It's not your duty. Make sure you have the capacity to train you. And give you morals, what is good and what is bad, let you know. Morals includes relationship with others, relationship with your relations, how to stay in a community. Morals on behavior, character. Those are the only two things you give a child. Issue of giving him too much money, issue he must be this is not your baby. To be rich or poor is not in your hand. Families, you should remember, families used to know they had 10 million naira 20 years back, they are coverless today.
Yeah.
And anybody today you see in your village or anywhere you are who has money is a son of nobody. You don't inherit wealth. The big names we used to hear before, where are their children today? Where are their children today? And the big names you are hearing today, who are their parents? Check all, I don't need to give examples. Check all the big names you used to see in newspapers, they are wealthy, who are their parents? They are children of nobody. And the children we know when we were younger, when their parents were important, while ours was nothing. Where are they today? So, but if you give a child a moral, he will know what to do, how to invest his life, and how to improve his life. And he knows how to respect you as a father also. But when you allow your child to be a rascal, then it is a problem right from home. So the thing has to start with the elders. People should appreciate and know what God has given them. And then they should be able to say what is good and what is wrong with their children. You wouldn't mind going. Post it for just 5 minutes.
Having said all that, I also want to hear more from you. Because right now what we're actually doing is trying to connect the younger ones, the youths, to mentors who are elderly in the game, in the business, who are well disciplined. Because these days we only have mentors who are actually naked on the TV station. So we want to connect people. People are looking for who will mentor me. We want to connect young ones to those who've gone through life's experience in a painful way. The person does not have to be Igbo, outside Yoruba. So you can pick somebody from any tribe who knows his onions and has gone so far. So we really need to talk to us as the youths. We are confused. And the rate of depression is mainly in the youth. What are you going to tell us, please, sir?
No, if you look at the issue of mentoring, as I told you, right from day one, if a child grew up without morals, he can never listen to a mentor. Mentor-mentee relationship is something that must have the buy-in of both parties. You cannot mentor a child that is not interested because he has no plan for his life. He doesn't care what I mentor him for. He doesn't even know you. Mentor-mentee has to be in a kind of, not even a written agreement, it's an agreement that we have to see regularly. I have to know what you want to be, and I have to know what are your challenges. And at the same time, I should be able to provide solutions to you and show you examples, history, the knowledge you had, where people build up themselves. So for you to mentor people as a group, there must be an attachment. The moment there is no constant contact between a mentor and mentee, it won't work. So my advice to the youth is to identify people they know that they can listen to. Sometimes there should be at least engagements, whether on phone or physically. But is more relevant, is more impactful when you sit down physically with a child. What are your challenges? What do you want to be? And what are you facing? That's the only way you can mentor him. But if you are just talking to somebody and the person is not interested, what are you mentoring? The main thing is how to establish a mentor-mentee relationship that is workable. If I say I'm your mentor, and for complete 6 months you have not seen me, you have not heard my voice, what am I mentoring you for? Between that period, even the little I taught you, or what you learned from me, it must have escaped because you have made contact with other people who have different attitudes and different ideas. So mentor-mentee relation is personal. But as I told you, it has to start right from home. The morals have to be given. You are taking of the existing needs we have. The system has really, really collapsed. To the extent that I gave you a brief. People don't care about other people's children. The issue of discipline in the community, issue of discipline of a child. You don't care when you see a child drunk, staggering on the street, you only laugh. Not knowing to have an impact on your life and can even have impact on your own child also. That is the main issue. So as a group, whatever you are planning on mentoring, you have to establish maybe groups, people who can have time to address them, and then youths have to be encouraged to let them identify a mentor and have engagement with him so they can be able to guide them on wherever they want to be on the journey to that success. That is what I can think will work. But talking on just television, talking on radio, I just heard you and don't forget. Maybe they'll never even look at that cassette till after 6 months. And apart from that, you don't know what his problems are. It's also psychological. Some are depressed already. Even getting you out of that depression, letting you understand life is possible, apart from what has happened in history, is another challenge. But you see somebody and you don't know his problem, and you say you want to mentor him. How do you mentor him? You have to know the journey so far, why he wants to be. That's when you can be able to intervene from your experience in life and show him how he can succeed. But when you don't know the history, how do you mentor me to go? And if you're mentoring me, I don't listen to you. I don't even have the confidence and trust in you. Mentor-mentee, as I told you, is a personal relationship. Sometimes the mentee needs to know the quality of the mentor before he can even trust you. And with what I told you, what is happening in society, where education is for sale, health is for sale, nothing is working, money is what you worship. How do you mentor somebody? I mentor you to be good, be serving the Almighty, be achievable in life, but your ambition is to sell drugs, to be rich, because if you are richer, even the mentor will become your husband. So we have seen it, I'm sorry to say.
Yes, and that's true. So thank you very much, sir. And the last but the least,
Okay.
because really you said a lot, and I don't even know where to go from anymore. Our youth really need to get it right again.
If you want to, sorry, let me add this. If we want to get right, the government has to do something. It has gone beyond redemption as of now. Without the intervention of the government, especially the National Orientation Agency, whatever we call it, as at today, even history has been removed from our schools. A child can go, he doesn't know what Kenan Boni Empire is, what is Benin Kingdom, he doesn't know. Not talk of Massacre Kamansa. It has come to a level that a child does not even know his own friends, your age mate in the village who have separated them. The children of the rich are out of the public school. Formerly, the richest man in your village, the village head, the district head, the emir, the oba, the obi, his children are together with the children of the poor. And there's nothing like a friend. There's nothing like a classmate. No matter what you are in life, if you see a classmate, you much friend. But now we have separated our children. The children of the poor are no more mixing with the rich of the elites. That is another challenge. Then the orientation has to be given with the love of the nation. As of today, we're teaching our children sentiments. Don't mind him, he's a Christian. Don't mind him, he's a Muslim. Don't mind him, he's a Kanuri. Don't mind him, he's a Igbo. We're teaching them the issue of tribe and religion, which is also wrong. The orientation has the love of the nation is not known as of today. Look at what is happening on our streets. Some people cover their plate number and drive a car. Somebody having one car, 3 plate numbers. Somebody having 3 plate numbers, 1 car. And he will drive his car, no number. Can you see it anywhere in the country? Then you are sick, you go to your doctor before you even sit down and start writing medicine for you. These are real issues. But formerly, every person goes to government school and everybody goes to public school.
Yes.
Are you getting me? And everybody goes to public health centers. But today, some people can even afford to go to hospital. They go to the chemist and whatever is given to them, they take it. So how can they be happy with the elites? The orientation, the love of the nation is not being taught. There are children today, they don't even know how many states we have in the country. And they are in primary school. It was a big song then, the love of the nation. The orientation has to change. Even when we had in our, maybe when we see in the 80s, when we had the why against indiscipline, it was much better. But today, madam, you can do anything on the streets. Look at the way we defecate on the road. And nobody cares. You can urinate anywhere, you can spit. As you're driving, you just open your window and spit. You don't care. You open your window, you throw any dustbin you want in your hand. People carry dustbin from their house and put it on the main road in front of their house. They're waiting for somebody to come and pick it. Traffic light will beat it. Policeman in uniform will jump traffic lights. Then how about myself? How can I have the law? I don't know whether you are getting it.
I'm getting
So that is the main problem. I don't want to go deeper because if you go to judiciary, what is happening? Those who tip your handsets, they go, they are in detention. Those who tip billions who have sent them, they are getting awards and they are on the street with police escort. These are issues. How can you change the orientation of a Nigerian when you can see a thief being celebrated? Why can't you go and steal? But when you go to a handset in your village, they say, only if you're in Yoruba land, they kill you for nothing. But the person who stole 1 million goods is on the street with Nigerian police being paid by government, police escorting him. So how can there be orientation? You cannot change the orientation unless we change our attitudes towards what is decent and what is wrong. Issue of morality, ethics has to be brought in. People should understand why they're in Nigeria and why they need to develop Nigeria. The love of the nation is no more. It's only the love of myself. How much can I make? So how can there be orientation? We have a long way to go if we are changing our youth attitude from what is on ground. They are seeing it. How can they go to the other side? How can I remain poor? When I saw a thief being celebrated. When I see police jumping traffic lights, big man jumping traffic light, why should I be good? When I see somebody calling his plate number, driving on the road, why don't I do it? I saw an elderly person, educated, spitting on the road, defecating. Why can't I do it myself? These are the issues I'm talking about. The orientation has to change right from primary school. Then parents have a duty to ensure that this knows their children. That's why I say just give your child education for us. It is outside, this is not your plan. Sorry, you made me to talk a lot more.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Like I said earlier, I'm still Rosemary, your girl on the show called My Experience, where we connect mentors to mentees. Like I always tell my friends and family, the love begins with you and I. Love is the change we need in Nigeria. We need to love one another. We need to look out for one another. Don't say, oh, he didn't tell us, he took his life. We didn't need to be told. I remember those days when our neighbors didn't have food. Our parents would package them and send to the next door. Tell you, carry it, go and give mama none so, and ask how they are doing. And it was fun wearing our Christmas clothes. We used to call it Mama Tie Me Your Belt. And we walked out for Christmas, went to houses, ate food, and we came back with money. You know, counting those money, we felt like we were our parents who had money. We've seen our parents had money, and we were well brought up. Kids were flogged. Morals were impacted. Parents asked you where you got pencils. Something as common as a pencil. When you come home with it, you are in trouble. And for these days, you could even come home with bags of money. And your mother is celebrating. And in Igbo land, she's going to sing. In other tribes, she will also sing in their own tribe and dance. But these days, it's not more there. And then we find out depression is more in the children of the youth of these days. The youth from 18 upwards up until you get to 30, 35 are taking their lives. Why? What's going on? That's why we brought this program to you to find out. From those who are experienced in life, who went through that phase, 20, 30, those are stages some people have passed. You are passing it. So why do you get to that stage, you get stuck and you have to take your life? When people actually passed it and got to 70. So that's why this program is here. So you look up to those who really decently discipline themselves and pass through that stage. Thank you very much for watching another episode of My Experience. See you soon.